Welcome to the micro workshop. This is, I believe, the smallest workshop on YouTube. What I want to show you is how you can still do woodworking with very little space. This room is about 2 meters 60 by 1 meter 15. And still I've got a drill stand, a table saw, and a bandsaw, and a little bit of a worktop. Let's start with the table saw. The table saw is built out of very simple particle board that came from an old shelf. So it's got this finished top that is very smooth, which is very useful for sliding. I've got a homemade fence that slides along here. And it's got a mechanism to tighten it. Which I copied from Ask Woodman's description of how to build a Biesemeyer fence. So it pushes against here, and by doing that it tightens the fence. And I've got another little knob that also tightens it. The knob simply pushes against a dowel. When I turn it, the dowel comes out, and by doing that, this edge here pushes against the underside of the table and thus clamps it together. I made a zero clearance insert. Let me take it out. Show you what I did here. Simple thing, you just cut out a rectangular shape with a jigsaw and route the sides with a router so that the insert provides a smooth surface for the wood to slide on. The blade protrudes by about 57 millimeters. It's a 210 millimeter blade that goes on this saw. I'll show you the underside. This is what the saw looks like from underneath. So you'll find lots of instructional videos that show you how to mount it. I drilled holes in the base plate and put 6 screws in here and mounted the saw on there. The saw, most of these saws I believe, come with a mechanism to lift it up and down. I attached this wood construction around the handle. Can't really go into detail, I'm not going to take it apart, but I was inspired by the Spanish guy to build this construction that rides on a threaded rod. You see it right here, that connects to a crank where I've put gears on so that it turns a bit faster because of the gear ratio. Thanks to Matthias Wandel for providing excellent information how to make gears. And by doing that, I push the blade through the table or pull it down, and it goes all the way down so that nothing sticks out, or as I said, up to 57 millimeters. Let's see how it comes up and down. This is the first time I've done gears, so they don't run very smoothly. They're kind of loud, but they do the job. Okay, you get the idea. And let's turn it around to see how the blade goes in and out. If I want to cut some longer stock, I have a problem here. There's a wall. So what I need to do is I need to turn this by 90 degrees, and I've got a little rest here for that purpose. I also need to put a board across here because it's not wide enough to reach from this side to that. And I need to clamp something over here for the saw to rest on. Clamp and wood. So when I've set it up that way, I can now cut a bit longer pieces. Next thing I want to show you is the crosscut sled, which is sitting right here so that it's not in the way. And the sled slides inside these gaps. Got some aluminum screwed on here. And that slides really well because of the finished surface here of this wood. I was actually lucky. I did the 5-cut method to measure how square the fence is, and I think I was off by 0.2 millimeters over 40 centimeters. But I didn't aim for that. That was just lucky. So let's go ahead and make a cut to demonstrate that it actually works. Alright, it works. The other thing I wanted to show is my dust collection system, if you can call it that. This was inspired again by some YouTube videos that I found. And the principle is really pretty easy. For me, the thing that I added to this is the way I constructed the cyclone, actually. This conical shape was a bit difficult to make, or actually to have the right idea. What I ended up doing is, inside this is an old placemat, and I rolled up the placemat, stapled it together, and then put several layers of paper mache around it. And the glue for that I actually made out of flour and water. So really, I didn't have to buy anything. You can find everything you need pretty much at home. And it has a very consistent shape, and it's very smooth inside because of the placemat. And it's sturdy, so it doesn't cave in because of the suction. And everything else is just wood and stuff all screwed together. And at the end of the day, all your sawdust goes into the bucket. The other thing I wanted to show you is just the workbenches. Here's the first one that I built. Simple kitchen countertop wood This one obviously low quality, but it still works. And a simple frame and legs. Put some drawers in. Again, links to some videos that helped me to make those. All just scrap wood, basically. Works fine. And here, the second workbench, also homemade. Again, I like this stuff. It's thick and sturdy and smooth surface. The bandsaw is a Proxon micro bandsaw, very appropriate for the micro workshop. Not very powerful, 85 watt motor, but it's enough to make some quick cuts and cut out gears. Along the wall, I've just attached some strips of wood to put all my tools that I need, my hand tools, clamps and the like, that I regularly use. Chisels, drill bits, calipers, and so on. Again, always keeping in mind minimum space requirements. And I used shelves up here to put stuff that I don't need to access so often or that is in the way otherwise. And same thing over here. Well, that's it for the micro workshop. Thank you for watching and have a good time. Stay safe.